Here we go again with another video providing updates on XRP. In the grand scheme of things, we are still trading inside a narrow range, roughly between $196 and $3.30, between the breakthrough point in 2021 and the all-time high. As of right now, it doesn't look like an overall top is formed. It is crucial to note that, however, until we fall below $1.05, we cannot confirm that. There is a great deal of danger. Understood. I would appreciate it if you would. Below $1.05, it takes a break to confirm a significant top, as far as I can see. We could definitely test that support area, albeit there is currently no indication that this is the case. We could already be testing that support region, which could cause panic if we're in, say, Blue Wave 4. I mean, isn't that all? Yes, there is. This is a correction for now. Consolidation is currently taking place in a sideways direction. Although there is currently no indication that a significant top has formed, it is not out of the question that the current correction may continue a bit lower before we resume our upward trajectory. The subsequent levels of appreciation are indeed the peak. The numbers are 325, 330, 419, $5, and 661. Also, I'd be happy if we could break the $5 barrier. I believe the wave count permits it, and it's pleasant too. It may take quite a while for these fixes to take effect. It could take a long time, for instance, because Blue Wave 2 unfurled between July 23 and, well, July 24. I'm not expecting that Blue Wave 4 is already developing. However, at the moment, I am under the impression that we are actually in the midst of a fourth wave within the third wave, according to the Elliott wave count. One possible large peak, the following one, is this one. Not yet anyhow. It appears that an additional 4 or 5 patterns are required. 8. Therefore, let's examine the more condensed period. Whoops, I hesitated before closing it. On a shorter scale, this represents the triangle that I have been describing. Think about how easily we could drop into the orange support area. However, I provided you with 2 wave counts in the earlier films, not just in the videos, but also in the Discord updates we give to our Gold members. There are essentially 2 wave counts. As an example, the price could be indicated by the triangular pattern, which is a bullish wave count. So that doesn't mean the price needs to remain above a certain level, does it? But it does inform us that in order to maintain the validity of this scenario, and if it is indeed developing as a triangle, and these triangles aren't exactly frequent, aren't they? They haven't been common in this cycle overall, but XRP has formed quite a number in recent weeks. However, if it takes the shape of a triangle, then the fourth wave can easily unfold in the same manner. Sometimes that happens with wave 4s. In this case, we do not anticipate a decline below the prior swing bottom, denoted as yellow wave C, at $1.93. Also, it must not fall below the swing low of 190 that was created on December 10th. Sure, it's certainly doable. Sure, a break, particularly a prolonged break below the $2.04 Fibonacci micro support I put to the chart, would provide as an early signal that this would occur. A breakdown below the $193 level, the yellow low of the C wave, would formally invalidate the triangle, but a fall below $2.04 would suggest otherwise. If we descend farther, what will happen? The blue wave count is indicating a possible decline. Therefore, we may see a test of the bottom support area beginning at 185. The blue target zone, spanning from 139 to 180, can be our primary focus when we examine the targets from an internal structural perspective. The location where the internal C wave, which is wave C of Y of 4, should land is indicated by this target zone. The targets are 180, 163, and 153. As I've drawn it, try to picture it as anything other than a WXY structure. In other words, I'm keeping an eye on something similar to a WXY, and in the Y wave, the ABC. However, we'd need an additional 4 or 5 patterns if it turned out to be a bigger ABC. Sure, just keep it in mind. A break below those 2 swing lows might lead to a much more dramatic decline, so that's all I want to say about it. Therefore, it is critical that these 2 levels remain stable. If that doesn't happen, we're probably going to end up in the blue count, which could indicate a significant fall, correct? The chart appears to me in that light right now. Overall, though, there is no indication that we have broken out to the upside. The market is just consolidating laterally. That being the case, we must exercise caution going forward. All it is right now is upside down, isn't it? Yet that could also be a prediction, could it? Reason being, it's a path as well. That concludes our XRP update. The update was my hope. Click the like button and add a comment if you did, as well as subscribe, and if you find the content to be truly enjoyable, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. In order to get even more information, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in. Farewell.